Hey, this is our Keeping It 100 Real Talk for Practical Leaders series, where a couple of weeks ago we had the topic of how to build your personal brand at work. And we talked about doing that through consistency, commitment, accountability, and integrity. We are going to take a deeper dive into two of those areas today. Now, the four of them are not the only ways that you can build your personal brand at work, but those are the four ways that we've discussed. If this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. I am so excited that you're here, and I'm super excited about getting into this topic today. So let's get to it. Building your personal brand at work can be essential for driving business results as well as establishing yourself as a leader. Today, we're going to focus on two key areas, and those are consistency and accountability as ways for building your work reputation. For me, these are two foundational elements that can really transform not only how you are perceived at work, but how effectively you lead. Let's start with consistency. Consistency is really just being reliable and being predictable in your actions at work. Here are some practical ways that you can show consistency at work. First is to show up reliably. This is simply being present, being ready, being available to your team. The way you can do this is actually show up to meetings you're supposed to attend. Be punctual. Be, again, available for and accessible to your team. Another way to show consistency at work is by being organized. You really want to know your schedule and have a routine that you can commit to. Use things like calendars, to-do lists, project management apps, whatever it takes to keep you on track, because being organized will help keep you consistent. The last way that we will talk about being consistent at work is by maintaining a steady level of performance. Consistent quality in your work simply builds trust. So whether it's the way you meet targets or deliver projects or handle everyday tasks, aim for a steady level of excellence, as it will have a direct impact on your work reputation. So all in all, consistency builds trust. It builds trust between you and your peers, your direct reports, and people in the organization who are more senior than you. People will begin to know that they can count on you, and that in the workplace is invaluable. Now let's talk about accountability. Accountability really just means taking responsibility for your actions and the outcomes of those actions. So let's talk about some practical ways you can show accountability at work. The first way is to own your mistakes. The truth of the matter is everybody makes mistakes, but true leaders will often own up to them and also learn from them. So whether that's admitting any errors or apologizing when necessary, or just finding solutions to issues, that can really show your maturity and your integrity. You want to own up to your mistakes. Another way to show accountability at work is to follow through on your commitments. If you say you are going to do something, then make sure you do it. It will have a tremendous impact on your credibility and the amount of trust that people place in you. Now, the last way I'll mention as a means of showing accountability at work is to be transparent. Talk to your team about your progress on things that you're working on and let them know about any challenges that you're facing. This too will build trust, but it will also foster an environment of understanding and collaboration. So all in all, again, when thinking about your personal brand at work and building your reputation, definitely take into account the importance that accountability can play into being sure that you successfully build your reputation. I understand that building your personal brand at work can seem like a huge task. I too was a new manager, someone at one point who was aspiring to lead. And so I was uncertain and I felt like I just didn't know what I was doing. But as you look to build your work reputation, think about accountability and consistency as two elements in your mission to do so. Start with small steps And eventually, you will see the impact that your leadership is having on your team, on the business, and on the way people perceive you. If you have enjoyed this content or it was helpful to you, then please like the video and subscribe to my channel. If you have questions, as always, please just drop them in the comments. I am more than happy to answer. And if you have thoughts on some other ways that individuals, we as leaders, can build our reputation at work, then please drop that as well in the comments so that it can help others out as well. As always, thanks for spending this time with me. And until I meet with you again, get practical and lead better.